Hello and welcome to High Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another game from our 1978 Red Sox replay using Art of the Park 21. And yes, Clinton, we eventually will get Art of the Park 22, but right now we're just going to be using this. We don't really want to invest any more money into it, although it is a good deal right now. But anyway, Mr. Brody is the manager, and the last game against the Milwaukee Brewers, game 1 of the series, the Red Sox got routed, but of course, the next two games, which we didn't record, the Red Sox had their way with the Brewers, winning 9-2, I think it was, either 9-2, 9-3, and then this one, as you can see here, 22-3, with Jim Rice hitting 2 home runs, or now 5 on the season, average up close to 400. Yastrzemski also had a good day, as well as many other Red Sox, as you can imagine. With 22 runs scored, they're definitely scoring 8 runs in the 4th and 8 runs in the 7th against, I think it was Moose Haas. Yeah, Moose Haas started for it. And Bill Lee actually pitched a complete game, believe it or not. But typical of Bill Lee, he did walk 5 batters and only struck out 1. But managed to escape with a 22-3 win. So now we're going to start another series versus the Indians. And this one is going to be at Boston. The last one was at Cleveland. So the Red Sox are now 7-4, alone in first place. Without further ado, let's get this game underway. Alrighty, so it looks like it's a little overcast here at Fenway. It was overcast in our last game. This is game 12 of the season. Mike Torerez on the hill with a record of 1-2. 19 2/3 innings, has allowed 16 earned runs in the area of 7.32, so he's been anything but good. Hopefully they'll have a better game today against the Tribe. So for the Red Sox, behind Torerez is going to be Yastrzemski in left, Lynn in center, Evans in right. In the infield, Hobson, Burleson, Remy, and Scott. Hobson definitely a liability at third, with Burleson and Remy very solid up the middle. Carlton Pudge Fisk behind the plate. So that's the Red Sox lineup. The Cleveland Indians have Paul Dade leading off, the right fielder. He comes in hitting .235 with a homer and 2 runs batted in, followed by Johnny Grubb, the left fielder, .240 with 2 runs batted in. Buddy Bell is the third baseman, batting third, hitting .286 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. Andre Thornton will bat cleanup, hitting just .194 and is yet to hit a home run and no RBI, so he's been struggling mightily in 31 at-bats. Hopefully he continues today to do that. Batting fifth is the shortstop Laravel Blanks, hitting just .172 with 3 runs batted in. He'll be followed by the ex-Red Sox, Ted Cox here, or the future Red Sox, I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's probably the ex-Red Sox. Ted Cox, hitting 1 for 3 on the season. He'll be the DH today. Batting 7th behind the plate is Ron Pruitt, hitting .182 with an RBI. The center fielder, Rick Manning, will bat 8th, hitting just .138 with 2 runs batted in. And finally, the second baseman, Dwayne Kuiper, hitting .212 with 7 runs batted in, will bat 9th. Alright, so Torres looks in for the sign from Fisk. Here's the windup and the pitch. Indians are currently on a 4-game losing streak. Torres delivers, and it's going to be hit the third. And Dade and Hobson will retire him for out number 1. So Dade is retired. Next up, Johnny Grubb, .242 runs batted in. And strikes him out swing, so good start for Torres. First 2 outs of the inning. Buddy Bell up there now. .286, a homer and 6 runs batted in. Torres looks in for the sign from Fisk. 2-2 count. And to right field, Evans goes back, and makes the catch in deep right field. So the Indians go in order in the first, so good start for Torres and the Red Sox. So for the Red Sox, Jerry Remy will lead it off. He comes in hitting .341 with a homer and 6 runs batted in, off to a good start. as is Rick Burleson, hitting .348 with a homer and 7 runs batted in. Jim Rice is definitely the story of the 1978 season so far, and the 70 season in real time, winning the MVP. And he's well on his way to do that, hitting .390 with 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. Batting cleanup is Carl Yastrzemski, the captain, .415, homer and 5 runs batted in. He'll be followed by Fisk behind the plate, .250 with 4 runs batted in. Next up is Freddie Lynn, hitting .250 with a homer and 8 runs batted in. George Scott has been a surprise so far this season, hitting .349 with a homer and 6 runs batted in at first base, batting 7th. Hitting 8th in the right fielder, Dwight Evans, hitting .243, 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. And rounding out the Boston order is Butch Hobson, starting to come up after a slow start, hitting .250 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. So the Red Sox offense definitely has not been struggling, has been doing very well so far. So Wayne Garland is on the hill. In 18 1/3 innings, he's got a record of 1-1 with a 2.45 earned run average, walking 8, striking out 7. The defense behind him is going to be Grubb in left, Manning in center, Dade in right. The infield is Bell, Blanks, Kuiper, and Thornton. Kuiper is the liability at second, with Glava, Blanks not much better at short, so definitely weak up the middle is Cleveland. So hopefully Boston can take advantage of that. And behind the plate is Ron Pruitt with a below-average arm and a catcher arm of just 37 on a scale of 1 to 99. So Garland looks into the sign. Remy steps into the box, hitting .341, a homer and 6 runs batted in. Looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And Remy reaches out and grabs that one and hits it into right field. So base hit for Boston. And Remy will try to steal second here. And we had a pitch out. And Remy heads back to first. So they thought Remy might be going. So Rick Burleson up now, hitting .348 with a homer and 7 runs batted in. And he laces that one down the right field line. It's going to be just fair. It looks like it is. Is it fair? Can't tell. Yep. Looks like Burleson's going to be in there with a triple as Remy comes in. Bad camera work on that one. And that puts Boston out in front, 1-0 on the RBI triple. Alrighty. So Jim Rice up there now. Story of the season for the Red Sox. .390, 5 homers, 15 runs batted in. Burleson gets his lead out first. Garland looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch, and Rice gives this one to center field. It'll stay in the park, though. And Burleson will tag up and score fairly easily. So an RBI sacrifice fly for Rice gives him 16 RBIs on the season. Boston has a 2-0 lead. So Yastrzemski up there now, .415, a homer and 5 runs batted in. Bases empty, 1 down. And it's ball 4. Yastrzemski takes the walk. 1-out walk. That'll bring up Fisk, .254 runs batted in. And this could be 2 over the second horn. And no return throw, as he didn't have a good grip on the ball, Kuiper. So 2 down now with Fisk at first. That'll bring up Freddie Lynn, .250, a homer and 8 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Lynn laces this between the outfielders. Can they close the gap? No. That will fall in front of the right fielder, Dade. And Fisk will stop at second. So first and second with 2 down. 2 runs in already. And a hot George Scott up there now, hitting .349 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. And this will be a pop fly to left. And Grubb will make the catch down the inning. But Boston plates 2, and it's 2-0 after 1. So the strongly Andre Thornton up there now, 194. No RBIs, no home runs. And Torerez delivers, and it's hit the center. Lynn comes in and makes the catch. We're out number 1. That'll bring up Blanks, 172, 3 runs batted in. And that's going to be over the head of Remy. Drop in front of Evans for a base hit. So Blanks up there now. At first, I should say. Definitely not a threat to steal. Ted Cox And this could be 2 over to second for 1, and no return throw by Remy. As Burleson is upended by blanks. By Burleson. No return throw. Alright, so 2 down with the runner in first for Ron Pruitt, the catcher, hitting just 182 with an RBI. And that's hit to Burleson at short. He'll take it to the bag himself. And that will retire the side in the top of the second. So 2-0 Boston as we head to the home half of the second. It'll be Evans, Hosman, and top of the order, Remy. So Evans comes in hitting 243, 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. Garland looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And this one's slow roll at a first. And Garland will cover. And it's out number 1. So Hobson up there now, 250, a homer, and 11 runs batted in. And this is the slow roll with a third, long throw, and they get it. So 2 up and 2 down in the Boston second, brings up top of the order Remy. He had a base hit his first time up. Scored on the Burleson triple, and he'll strike out this time. That will do it for Boston as they go in order in the second. So 2-0 Boston as we head to the third. Torerez looking much better so far through the first 2 innings. He'll face Manning, Kuiper, and top of the order Dade. Manning hit just 138 with 2 RBIs, and that one's hit to Remy. Oh, and it's going to be dropped by Scott. And throws off target, and that will be an error on Remy's. So Manning will reach on the error. And he'll throw over to first, and he's back safely. So Kuiper up there now, 212, with a 7 runs batted in. Manning at first. Over to first, and he's back safely. So Kuiper in there now. 1-2 count. And that one's hit between Evans and Lynn. That will go all the way to the wall. And looks like he's going for 3, and he'll be in there with a RBI triple. So 2 triples in this game. 1 for Boston, 1 for Cleveland. And it cuts the Boston lead in half. 2-1. So that'll bring him top of the order Dade. 0 for 1 on the day. Runner at third, and he strikes out. So it'll be out number 1. So it'll bring up Grubb. Grubb also 0 for 1 on the day. And then that one's going to get past her. That will score a 1 to tie the game at 2. So Grubb with the RBI single ties the game at 2. Torerez throws over to first, and he's back safely. So Buddy Bell up there now. Bell is 0 for 1 on the day, and he strikes him out. So second strikeout of the inning. And 3 Ks on the day for Torerez. Throw it back over to first. So that'll bring up Andre Thornton, trying to get out of his slump. Oh, and that one's hit deep to right. Evans goes back, and makes a great running catch. So definitely robbed him of extra bases there. And a possible Cleveland lead. So 2-2 as we head to the third. Let's head to the bottom of the third. So Boston will send up Burleson, Rice, and Yastrzemski if anybody gets on Fisk. Burleson 1 for 1 with an RBI triple on the day. Here's the pitch. And for some reason, Kuiper cannot get the handle on the ball, and that'll be an infield single for Burleson. Looks like he had plenty of time, but they rule it a single. So to bring up Jim Rice, a sacrifice fly back in the first. And this one, a lot shallower. Dade will make the catch in short right field for out number 1. So to bring up the captain. Yastrzemski walked his first time up. And reaches out and gets that one over second for 1 back to first. And that's going to be a double play. And that's it for Boston in the third. So we head to the fourth with the score 2-2. Blanks will lead it off. Blanks singled his first time up. And this time Remy gets to it and throws over to Scott for out number 1. 4-3 on the putout. Cox up there now. Reached on a fielder's choice last time. And this one's hit quite the ways, but it'll stay in the park as Yastrzemski makes a catch in front of the scoreboard for out number 2. Pruitt up there now. Pruitt looking for his first hit of the day. This one's hit deep to right near the pesky pole. Evans will make the catch. So that's it for Cleveland. Goes in order in the top of the 4th. So score knotted at 2. Fisk trying to break out of his slump. Average down to 244 now. Garland in here for his 4th inning of work. And roll it to short. Gets Fisk for out number 1. Lynn singled his first time up. And this one's hitting the gap. And wrong running catch. And whoa! That one just out of the reach of Manning. Like he had a chance at that one, but it'll be a solo home run for Freddie Lynn, his 2nd of the season. 399 feet. And the Red Sox will grab a 3-2 lead. So next up is Scott. 0 for 1 on the day. Pops it up in the infield. Kuiper calls off the pitcher and makes the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Evans. Evans 0 for 1 on the day. And that one's hit to right left field. Easy play for Grubb. Settles under it and makes the catch. But the Red Sox take a 3-2 lead on the solo homer by Freddie Lynn. So Torres with a 1-run lead now. He'll face Manning, Kuiper, and Dade. And it's going to be outside for ball 4. First walk of the day given up by Torres. Throw over to first in a 1-run ball game. So to bring up Dwayne Kuiper. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. And that's going to drop in there in front of Lynn as all the way to the 3rd goes Manning. So runners at the corners, nobody out for Paul Dade. Spitz goes out to talk to Torres. It's back behind the plate. Dade 0 for 2 on the day. Oh, and he gives this one a ride. This one could be back, and is gone. So Torres coughs up a 3-run homer to Paul Dade, and his struggles continue on the season. It's now a 5-3 Cleveland lead. So there's some stirring in the Red Sox bullpen. That'll bring up Grubb. Grubb 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. And more than just stirring, that's going to get somebody up in the Red Sox pen as another hit. Oh, Bergmeyer, let's see. Tom Bergmeyer gets up and is loosening as Torres tries to buy him some time by throwing over to first. So Buddy Bell up there now, 0 for 2 on the day. Cleveland up 5 by 2 now. Hit to right. Evans barely has to move and makes the catch for out number 1. So Andre Thornton 0 for 2. This one could be 2 over to second for 1. No return throw. So 2 down now as Thornton reaches on the fielder's choice. Gotta bring it blanks. And lines out to Remy for out number 3. So after halfway through, it's 5-3 Cleveland. Hobson in there now. Hobson 0 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be a base hit, so a good start to the Red Sox 5th. Remy up there now. Remy 1 for 2 on the day. So for second 1 and no return throw. Oh, throws wild into the outfield. So everybody will be safe. And we're going to sit him down. See what happens in this inning. So first and second with nobody out after the error. Wilson up there now. And Burleson's going to lace a base hit. They're going to hold Hobson at third, so it will load the bases with nobody out. But just the man you want, Jim Ed Rice. As Pruitt goes out to talk to Garland, goes back behind the plate. So here's a 1-1 pitch to Rice. And just a slow little dribbler. And oh, they do get their lead runner at home, unfortunately, on the force out. So base is still loaded for Yastrzemski. And it's going to be ball 4. 3-0 pitch. So Boston pulls within 1 now. Yastrzemski with the RBI. So Fisk in there now. Good chance for him to break out of his slump. 0 for 2 on the day. Yeah, average down 239. And that's going to be a base hit. 1-1 will score. And they're going to hold Rice at third. So that will tie it up. So Fisk comes through with an RBI single to tie the game at 5. Freddie Lynn, who homered his last time up, come to the plate now. Still only 1 out with the bases loaded. Garland's still in there. And another walk, so back-to-back walks. And that's going to, Boston will retake the lead, 6-5 now. And that'll bring up the boomer, George Scott. Nice boom will be good now. And that's going to be, the drawn in infield, and Kuiper cannot handle it as he has trouble with it, and that will be an infield hit for Scott. And another run will come in, making it 7-5 Boston. As the Red Sox continue to go station for station, that will be it. As Kruger comes in now, pitch for Cleveland. He's got an ERA of, he's pitched 2 innings, the ERA of 4.50, 2 hits and 1 earned run. No walks, no strikeouts. So that'll bring up Evans, still only 1 down, bases loaded still. And that one's hit deep to center, but Manning has a beat, makes the catch. Runners on second and third tag, and Fisk will slide home safely. As Hobson goes to, is it Hobson? No, Lynn goes to third. That will put the Red Sox ahead by 3 now, 8-5. So far a 5-run inning for the Red Sox. Butch Hobson in there now, he's 1 for 2 on the day. And Hobson gives this one a ride, but it'll stay in the park, and Grubb will make the catch to end the inning. But Boston plates 5 and takes an 8-5 lead as we head to the 6th. So Torerez will at least start top of the 6th here. Let's see who the Cleveland has coming up. It's like, I think we're gonna warm up Bergmeyer, as we have a couple lefties coming up and a couple batters. Let's see here. There we go. So he will start warming up again. Shouldn't take him that long, as he was up earlier. So Ted Cox in there now, 0 for 2 officially on the day. And that one's popped up into the foul territory. Scott will make the catch for out number 1. So to bring up Pruitt now. Pruitt 0 for 2 on the day. And that's a slow roller, and no play for Hobson. Just wisely eats it. So, So let's see here. Let's see, is Bergmeyer ready? I think we're going to bring in Bergmeyer to replace Torres. The lefties, 2 lefties in a row coming up. So Pruitt at first, being held on by Scott. Good speed for a catcher, so Bergmeyer will throw over to first. And it's back safely. So Rick Manning in there now, 0 for 1 officially on the day. Bergmeyer's pitch over Hobson at third. He'll just and Hobson's low in the dirt. and Scott cannot make the play. So it'll be first and second with nobody out. With one down, sorry, for Kuiper. Kuiper 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Runners on first and second. Runners get their leads. Bergmeyer looks in for the sign from Fisk. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that one's hit deep. No. Looks like Evans has a beat on it. Makes the catch. Around second with tag, and he'll make it to third safely as Bergmeyer backs it up. And probably should have had somebody warming, but we'll get Campbell warming up. Alrighty, so first and third with 2 down now for Paul Dade. Dade hit a 3-run homer his last time up to give Cleveland a 5-3 lead at the time. So here's the pitch to Dade. And that's going to be ball 4. Bergmeyer is being very careful with him. So let's visit the mound. Says he feels great. Okay. Johnny Grubb, the lefty, should probably be his last batter. Anyway, so hopefully Bergmeyer can get him and keep this a 3-run game. So Grubb 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI. Here's the pitch by Bergmeyer, and that's going to get away. That's going to be a wild pitch. The runner will come home from third. It's a wild pitch. And Dade moves up to second and Manning to third, so tying runs are in scoring position. Bergmeyer delivers, and this one is going to hit to Yastrzemski. Looks like it comes in, and he'll make the catch. So 1 run does come in on the wild pitch by Bergmeyer. Boston maintains at least a 2-run lead as we head to the home half of the 6th. I'm going to not replace him yet. Okay, hopefully he will not get tired. So Remy in there now. Remy 1 for 3 on the day. And that one's easily taken by Thornton. Take it to the bag himself for out number 1. Burleson up there now. Burleson 3 for 3 on the day. See if he can keep his perfect day going. And note you strike out for out number 2. Rice in there now. Rice 0 for 2. Does have an RBI. And he'll draw the 2-out walk. Yastrzemski. Let's see what we got there. Alright, so 2 walks with 2 down now for Fisk. 1 for 3 with an RBI. And Fisk laces this to right field, but Dade's got a beat on it and makes the catch. So nothing doing with the Red Sox. Yeah, see, now it's tiring. I wish I could have replaced him earlier, but I don't like that feature. Wish they would let you do it, even though he's not ready. Alright, so we're going to sit Campbell. So, yeah, I don't like that. If he's in there, even though the other team's batting, you should still be able to replace him. Anyway. Alrighty, so Bergmeyer be forced to stay in at least 1 more batter. Buddy Bell 0 for 3 on the day. And that's going to be a hit to, that'll fall in, go over Yastrzemski's head. It looks like it's going to be a double. Yeah. Just the birdie not happy at all not being able to replace his pitcher because he was tiring. Alright, so let's go with visit mound. Okay. So let him face at least 1 more bat. And dangerous Andre Thorne has been slumping, but yeah, see, that's what's going to happen. So I'll put runners at the corners, and now we're definitely going to take him out. So Drago comes in. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Boston with a 2-run lead. Drago in there, 1-0 with a 15.75 earned run average. So he's been struggling so far. So Blank's in there now, 0 for 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch by Drago. And that one's going to be hit to right. That one's going to drop in there. And first and second now with 1 down. Cox in there now 0 for 3 on the day. And it's going to be a bunt, and he misses it. So 2 strikes now. Boston will play back for 2. That one's hit to right. Yastrzemski's got a beat on it, though, makes the catch. Vernon will tag at second, but he'll hold. So 1 down now for Pruitt. Runners on first and second. And strikes him out. 2 down now, so big strikeout for Drago. Got to bring up Manning. Manning 0 for 2 on the day. And back-to-back Ks gets him out of the inning. So the Red Sox thing gets a little closer. Now 8-7 now. As we head to the home half of the 7th. They do take me out to the ball game here at Fenway. Alright, so Freddie Lynn to lead it off. He's 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in on the day. Red Sox looking for some insurance runs. And Lynn will hit this one, but it's a lazy fly ball to left, and Grubb is under it. Makes the catch for out number 1. Scott in there now, 1 for 3 with an RBI. And base hit. Second hit of the day for Scott. So Kruger in there now. So far he's pitched 2 innings with 1 hit ball, walked 2 and struck out 1. So Evans in up there, 0 for 2 with an RBI. Scott gets his lead out first, and that's going to be a walk. So first and second, 1 down for Hobson. Hobson 1 for 3 on the day. And this could be, it's a liner. Blanks will make the catch. So runners hold. So it'll be up to Remy if the Red Sox are going to extend this inning. Remy 1 for 4 on the day. Lefty on lefty. And it's going to be a lazy fly ball, and Grubb will make the catch. And that's it for the Red Sox in the home half of the 7th. So we head to the 8th, the Red Sox nursing a 1-run lead. Kuiper 2 for 3 on the day. Steps to the plate. And that one's hit to left. Yastrzemski has a beat on it. Makes the catch for out number 1. So Paul Dade hit 3-run blast to give Cleveland the lead at the time. Drago pitches, and that's going to be hit to center. Lynn gives chase, and he'll make the catch. Deep left center for out number 2. So Grubb in there now. Red Sox looking to retire the Indians in order. Grubb 2 for 4 on the day, though. And that's going to be up the middle for a 2-out single. So Grubb is a threat to steal, so Drago will keep an eye on him. Over to first, and he's back there. He'll try one more throw. Back again safely. So Buddy Bell 1 for 4 on the day. And that one's going to be hit. That'll fall in front of Evans. Grubb will go all the way to third with 2 down. He was off with the pitch, so first and third. As Bob Stanley starts loosening up in the Red Sox pen. So tying run at third. Go ahead run at first for Jim Norris. No pinch hit today. He's 1 for 2 on the season. And it's going to be ball 4, so that will roll the bases for Blanks. Go and visit the mound. The tank's on E right now. Oh, great. So looks like we got to try to replace him. Stanley's still warming up, but hopefully he's warm enough. So Stanley comes in. He's pitched 6 innings, allowed 7 hits in the area of just 1.5. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. So Stanley looks in for the sign from Fisks. Looks at all 3 runners. Trying to preserve the Red Sox 1-run lead, and that's going to be hit to right. Evans comes in, he's got a beat on it, and makes the catch. The Indians threaten but do not score, and it remains a 1-run lead as we head to the home half of the 8th. Red Sox looking for insurance as they send up Burleson, Rice, and Yastrzemski. Burleson 3 for 4 on the day with an RBI. Here's the pitch, and he gives this one a ride to right. And Dade will make the catch for out number 1. So Jim Ed Rice up there now 0 for 2 with an RBI. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle, just past the reach of Blanks. Rice on with a 1-out single. I'm going to bring up Yastrzemski, and I think they're going to do some hit and run here. Yastrzemski up there. And Yastrzemski gives us a ride to center. Deep, 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 deep. Oh, makes the catch on the warning tracks. Yastrzemski gave that one a ride. But it's just a long out. So Fisk up there now. Fisk 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI. And he'll strike out swinging. And nothing doing for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th. So we'll head to the 9th. Stanley looking to get the save. He'll have to get by Horton, Pruitt, and Manning. Willie Horton getting his first at bat of the day. On the season, he's hitting .419 with 2 homers, 8 runs batted in, so definitely not an easy out. Stanley looks in for the sign from Horton. Here's a windup and the pitch. And that's going to be hit to Burleson deep in the hole, and he boots it. So error number 4 by the Red Sox today is the Red Sox are not helping themselves defensively. So we throw over to first, as Thornton is a threat to steal. So Pruitt up there now. Red Sox will... I think we're going to play the corner's end, as they are expecting Pruitt to bunt. He doesn't wind up in the pitch, and he does square around, but he misses it for a strike. So 2-1 the count. Corner's still in. Pruitt squares around. No, he doesn't. And I think he's going to pop it up, and Scott will make the catch. So Indians do not sack very successfully. There's 1 down for Rick Manning. Rick Manning 0 for 3 on the day. I'll throw over to first. Throw over to first one more time. Alright, so Manning struck out last time up. Stanley looks in for the sign, looks at the runner. Here's the delivery. And that's going to be... Oh, wild pitch. No, Stanley. So Horton will be in scoring position now, so a base hit could score him. Could tie this game. Red Sox defense will play back. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Manning, and that's ball 4. So the go-ahead run is on first now. No action in the Red Sox pen. Looks like this game is Stanley's, which is scary. Kuiper already has 2 hits on the day. Red Sox looking to turn 2 here. And the second, over to second for 1, back to first. And they turn the double play. And that will do it. For the Red Sox. Yeah, you get an achievement. Indians leave them loaded in the 9th. So that is a typical Bob Stanley save. The fans were cringing the whole time. Mr. Brody gets up and heads to the field there. So he's a sigh of relief as the Red Sox managed to hold off on this one. And improved to 8-4. Cleveland falls to 3-6. So the Red Sox defeated the Cleveland Indians by a score 8-7. Friedland started for Boston, going 2 for 3 with a home run. Mike Torerez was the winning pitcher with 5 1/3 innings. He allowed 6 runs on 7 hits, so definitely did not pitch well, with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. George Scott, the Boston first baseman, contributed a run-scoring single in the bottom of the 5th to make the score 7-5. For the Reds, the game, Scott was 2 for 4 with 2 singles. We're in a marathon, not a sprint, said Scott, but I like how we're playing right now. So let's look at the Red Sox. Jerry Remy was 1 for 5 with a 2-run scored. Rick Burleson 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Jim Rice was 1 for 3 with a run scored, an RBI, and a walk. Yastrzemski walked 3 times, but was 0 for 2, but did score a run and get an RBI on one of those walks. Fisk 1 for 5 and run scored and an RBI. Fred Lynn was 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Scott 2 for 4 with an RBI. Evans was 0 for 2, did walk once and had an RBI, and Hobson was 1 for 4. So Burleson had a triple. Lynn had a home run, his second of the season. All right, for the Indians, Dade was 1 for 4 with an RBI and 3 runs scored. 3 RBI, sorry, and a run scored. He had a 3-run homer. His second of the season. Johnny Grubb was 3 for 5 with an RBI. Buddy Bell, 2 for 5 with an RBI. Andre Thornton, 1 for 4. Cage and Norris did not get plate appearances at pinch running and pinch hitting, respectively. Lateral Blanks, 2 for 5 with an RBI. Ted Cox, 0 for 4. And Horton and Hasse. Horton was 0 for 1. Hasse did not get an at-bat, or I think he walked maybe. Ron Pruitt was... No, he didn't walk actually either. Pruitt was 1 for 5 with an RBI, with a run scored. Manning 0 for 3. 2 walks and 2 runs scored, and Kuiper was 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. So, like I said, Torerez did not pitch well, but gets the win. Evening his record at 2-2, 5 1/3 innings, 7 runs, 6 runs, 7 hits. 4 of the runs were earned. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and allowed a home run to Dade. Bergmeyer, 2/3 of innings, 2 hits, 1 run, it was earned, walked a batter. Drago gets a hold, his first of the season. Bergmeyer also got a hold. Drago 1 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and Bob Stanley, a very shaky outing, but 1 1/3 inning, did not allow any hits, walked a batter, but it looked a lot worse than it was, I guess, and allowed a save. Got a save. For Cleveland, Garland falls to 1-2, 4 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs, 6 of them earned. 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Kruger was 2 1/3 inning, was allowed 1 hit, 3 walks, and Sid Monch 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit. So let's leave that game. All right, so we get an achievement. Bob Stanley strands the bases loaded versus Cleveland Indians. Yeah. I wouldn't call it as an achievement as much as a relief that they didn't score. All right, so with the victory, the Red Sox improved to 8-4. 1 game ahead of the Yankees, are 7-5. Detroit 4-5, 2.5 games behind. Then Orioles, Brewers, Indians 3-6, and the Blue Jays 4-8. So that is it, as Red Sox team take game 1 of the series and improve to 8-4 on the season. So there's 2 more games left in this series. So we'll join you with game 1 of the next series, whoever that is they're playing. So thank you for joining me. It's Eric from Higher Ground Gaming with Mr. Brody, enjoying an 8-4 first place lead, 1 game lead over the Yankees. So take care and God bless, and Merry Christmas to all. Bye-bye now.